How did you get started with Grain? Did you build an MVP? Did you start interviewing customers before you wrote any code? What was the approach you took?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think because I came out with this recognition around kind of these data pipelines of you're generating a whole bunch of different conversational data. It's unstructured, it's not really useful, and you need to go through kind of a refining process. And then there needs to be a distribution process as well. I kind of, on the whiteboard, even when I was still at Mission U, I actually called it Zebra at the time. But it was just a concept of what needed to be solved. And for me personally. And then I just from there went out and said, do other people have this problem? And so at the time, hardly anybody was doing the vast majority of their conversations over Zoom, almost not very many. So I first had to kind of start and find those folks. The thing that I guess I've learned when it comes to starting things is you want to find an idea that has the best ratio of value, a differentiated value, and the least amount of behavior change. So if you can find something that people are already doing, and then you can do something on top of that that like massively adds a lot of value, that is going to be a far more likely, product to get adoption than if something's super valuable and awesome, but they're going to have to change everything about their workflow. And that's what makes like Slack in particular like a really interesting and unique. In fact, in his "We Don't Sell Saddles Here" blog post that Stuart sent to the team when they like launched in 2013. He specifically calls out that like the definition of innovation is how much behavior change. And Slack calls out that like they were requiring a lot of behavior change of their users. Stuart Butterfield can pull that off because he's Stuart Butterfield. I would advise most founders to like just try to stay within the realm of the least amount of behavior change, and then try to find those opportunities where there's differentiated values. So to tie that back to Grain, I was looking for the teams that were already recording, they were already transcribing, they were already finding value, and there weren't very many of them. But I felt like that was the part that was going to change because of the unique value. And so then once we started building solutions for them, it really was just like tinkering. Like we were in my brother's my co-founder, and we were just in the shed in his backyard at Menlo Park, and we would come up with this idea where what if we added a timestamp next to the note that you took in real time. So there's like a cognitive connection between like me thinking something and typing a note, and then the root material in the recording that's related to based on the association of when it was typed. And that insight turned into a quick little prototype. It ended up, I'd say, being the kernel of Grain, even though in the end, we're actually at a place now to where we're increasingly deprecating the encouragement of a user to mark down a moment of cognition, because AI is increasingly just faster and easier and better at, now when you finish a Grain recording, you've got like an instant, 10 bullet point summary of the meeting, and you didn't have to take any notes at all. So, but that's where it started. And then people really liked that idea. And I had to kind of pull it apart and say, like, what is it that people like about this? And then that has kind of been really important as we move into an AI world, because it still carries through. What they liked about it was that it was a link back to truth. It was a link back to reality, that there was this backing up evidence of the ephemeral world that we live in so much of our working days, that I can grab the moment where the customer said it instead of regurgitating what the customer said, or the moment where we agreed to it instead of like hoping that you trust my word, that we remember, the agreement or the commitment the same way. And that was like the kernel, I would say, of truth that we've built, the entire thing of Grain around, even though when I started the company, we didn't know that was what was going to be it.